Should have started the video off saying, welcome into Ruzz Reacts. We do Pokemon, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and now we do Magic the Gathering, Final Fantasy. Another mythically pulled, how good's that? As you can see, Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy is here. It is the release weekend. I was lucky enough to go to a pre-release for the first time playing Magic the Gathering. It's not something I've ever done before. It's not something I'm really massively into, but Final Fantasy as a kid growing up was amazing. I used to play 7 quite a lot. Never even finished the first disc, but I know most of the story. But before we get into it, I thought I'd do a dummy trying to show other dummies, if you are a dummy, how to play Magic the Gathering, or maybe just the basics. So I was lucky enough from Luke from Pop Culture Larrikin to give me this little booklet here, which is virtually just welcoming you to Magic the Gathering, how to play. So don't really need to read that, but pretty important is to start off with is mana. So mana is pretty much what you need to do to cast any spells or bring out any creature, summon any sort of kind of creature that's coming in through here. So you can see these are the different colors, 5 different colors you can build your decks around. So you can see white, protection order, we got blue, deceit and intellect, definitely not for me. There's black, I ended up running black and green. Black is death and decay. We got red, fury and chaos, and then green for life and nature. So it pretty much tells you, gives you a little rundown. Accelerates your mana for playing giant creatures. Attack early and often and strike your foes directly. That's probably more the way I play any sort of video games. Raise the dead, which means you obviously want to put a lot of people in your graveyard, which we'll talk about. Win by any means necessary. I like that. Surprise your enemies with counter their aggression. So that's a little bit, yeah, smart. Sounds like you're plotting a big thing right at the end. So you need to, I'm more of a checker than a chess player. And then buff your creatures to gain life. So it sounds like you're building some sort of big creature in the end to then fight. All right, so how to play Magic the Gathering. So we've got it there. So starting the game, everyone gets 20 health points. You get this little die in the pre-release and you roll, you don't roll this, but you put this, it starts at FF, so this is a special Final Fantasy one. You have that as FF, which will be 20 health points, and as your opponents take health points, you just adjust it to what you need to from there. So pretty much the player that has the 0 health points gets down to 0 or below 0 negative. They are the loser. Obviously the one with the most health points is the winner. Also there is a time limit as well when we were playing time limits as well. So whoever has the most health points at the end of it will also be the winner. If there's like someone's got 10 and I've got 12, well, I'm the winner. And then you randomly decide who will start first. We didn't randomly do it. We just rolled a dice. Highest number got it. I think that's a fair way of doing it. Opening hand. So your opening hand, you will draw, I don't know if this is backwards or forwards. Opening hand, you will draw 7 cards, and then you got something called a mulligan. So if you pulled 7 cards and you didn't pull any lands, which we'll get into, or any good creatures to use early in the game, you can use a mulligan, which means is you put the 7 cards back into your deck or library and you shuffle them, and then you go again. So we were all allowed 1 mulligan in the pre-release. I was allowed 5 or 6 mulligans just because I felt bad for me. I kept pulling rubbish, which tells you there about the mulligan. Let's move over to the anatomy of the card. So you can see here the anatomy of the card. We've got the card name at the front here, so the name of the creature or spell or land. We've got the mana cost, so we'll explain mana cost in a second. The type, so the creature, dragon, expansion symbol. I can't tell you what the expansion symbol, I believe the expansion symbol actually would be the type, like if it was a flying type. I think that is a wind, so I might say that is a wind type, but we'll go through those types in a moment. Then we got text box, which virtually tells you what it does, and then we got power, which is the left, which is like attack, and then toughness on the right, which is like the defense or health points from that. All right, we got mana cost, so it tells you here mana cost. So you need mana to cast any spells or to bring spell cards or these creature cards outside. To get mana, you need to use lands. All right, so this is the little Final Fantasy pre-release deck. You get this out of the deck box. So it comes and tells you here, we've got 15 to 18 creatures. You want 15 to 18 creatures. You want 5 to 8 spells, and then you want 17 lands, okay? Lands is what mana is. So mana is like use or stamina or power. To draw any of these cards and put them out, you need a certain amount of lands on the deck, which you can then see here. This is the mana cost required. So you only need 1 mana to drop one of these cards here. That's why it recommends only 0 to 2 cards, because pretty much you're going to get 1 mana in the first go or the second go, and then it starts building up, and you can see it's like this is pretty much where you start building everything between these two, the second and third mana, and then it starts fading out. Now you don't want to have too many of these +6, even though it'll be the strongest creature. You don't want it to be there, because what's the chance if you're not even getting a chance to bring that creature out? You would need to pull 6+ land cards to play it. You know, your opponent could probably beat you in the middle section of there. So I pretty much just followed exactly the same as this. I believe I did 16 lands, and I did the rest between the spells and the creatures from that side of things. So I'll keep that to the side of there. Now I'll just show you, I was lucky enough to have a playmat. These playmats I highly recommend to get one of these playmats, because you've got the library here, which is your deck where you pull out the 7 cards from the start. You've got the graveyard, when your creatures die, they go in the graveyard. But because I was playing black, which uses a lot of, what did it say, decay or death, then there's something called bringing them back to life. So you can bring back a lot of your creatures back to life from the graveyard. But once it gets moved to something called exile, pretty much the card is off the game. You can't use it. And then you got your life points. So that's where I'll put my little life point counter over there. And then there's your hand there where you've pulled your 7 cards. So if you were to open your cards, you had 1 land inside here, you'd put then 1 land there on your first go. And then if you had a creature that would allow 1 mana cost, you would be able to bring that creature out and then put it there. So you'd grab all them from there. And then we got the beginning phase. So beginning phase, skip those 2, because that's really not going to happen on your first go. On your first go, you're going to draw a card, which you would draw your 7 cards, and then the first main step, it says if there is, when you put the most cards during your turn, you can then play 1 land, and then you can cast 1 spell you have with a mana to pay for it. Pretty sure 1 spell and also 1 creature that can come out there. Then you got the combat phase. Combat phase is pretty much declaring you're going to fight. So you need mana cost to do that, which I'll explain a little bit later. Second main stage, pretty much, I don't know, I never got a chance to do that. And then the end phase cleanup, which is just said, yeah, it was pretty interesting playing the first time. It's very hard to explain this kind of stuff. It's better to get out there and do it. So I highly recommend you guys to do it. The next pre-release I'll be definitely doing, because it was so fun, and you get this awesome pre-release kit. You can see here, Magic the Gathering pre-release kit. So it's awesome zip, similar to like Apple, how it pulls down. You get this die as well. So I got one of these, we're gonna call this dies as well. I was one of the 10 people to pull up to the store, and we got this special die as well. I don't know why it goes up to 9. Pretty cool though. You can even spin it as well. Not that I'm left-handed. We'll try spinning it. Hold on, right-handed. It's like a Beyblade. Damn. Maybe it doesn't spin. There we go. So this was my already opened one, so I can show you here. It says, you rip that down, it says answer the call of the crystal. So, and you open this up, and it is so cool. Look at that. Attack, magic, items, and it's got like that little mon through there, and then it's got your homies there fighting it as well in the back. I'm trying to give you guys a bit of light. You can see there, homies fighting at the back, which is pretty cool. And then this virtually just slides out to this side, and you can see this is your little deck box. How cool is this? I think they did extremely well. Everyone was so amazed to see this. Final Fantasy. I'm assuming this might have been the original Final Fantasy. And then inside here, you can see there's nothing inside here, because what it was, so it had 6 play boosters inside here, 1 traditional fall, which is like a promo card, which was a stamp promo, and 1 spin down. So that's what it's called, spin down life counter. Each booster has randomly 12 inserted into it. So I was freaking fortunate. Well, I had no idea, but I pulled some pretty cool cards, they told me as well. So this was the promo I pulled, which I was like, oh, that's Sephiroth. And they're like, no, it's not. This is a spell. That's the gold stamp just there. Mass Immune. I'm assuming that's the name of his sword. It says there, as long as this is equipped to the creature is attacking, it has first strike and must be blocked. First strike's very important. It means if anyone tries to fight you or you fight them, obviously you fight them, you get first strike. But if they were to attack you as well, they would get it. They would still, you'd get first strike attack on that. And it must be blocked as well, so you couldn't go straight for their life points. They would have to defend by using one of their creatures, so you'd be killing the creatures off. I don't know what equipped creature has in blah blah blah. This one here is, maybe someone in the comments can let me know what that means. But so if I was to use this card, I would have to have, or obviously want to have a creature down first to equip it to it, because it's an equipment, so you need one. But you would need 3 land, so you'd have 3 land down here on your land station down the bottom. So however, you won't be able to equip it to anyone, so who's playing there, but won't be able to do it. It just means it's on the field, but to equip it would be another 2, so effectively you would need 5 lands free usable to do that. But this was the card that I pulled that was pretty good, everyone was telling me. So this is the actual proper Sephiroth Fabled Soldier, so the enemy of the Final Fantasy VII game. Pretty much the only reason why I'm playing this. It's because of this, which is an amazing move it has, which is, it only needs 1. See, it's got the skull there, so you need 1 land of black, and then 2 random lands, could be anything. Whenever Sephiroth enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature if you would like to draw a card. So pretty much, if I drop him onto the field, and then I've got a little shitty creature which has only got 1 strength, 1 toughness, and 1 attack, and I'm like, oh, I don't really need him, I got heaps of them. I can sacrifice that creature, put it in my graveyard, and then pull out another card. And then it says here, when another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life, which is pretty freaking cool. So what that means is every time you kill a creature of your opponents, they will lose a life point and you will gain a life point, like a life link. Now, the final ability. If this is the 4th time this ability has resolved this turn, transform Sephiroth. And I was like, what do you mean transform? Oh, they're like, oh, you just add him. He gets stronger and you just add 5/5. It's like, no. You actually flip the card over and he turns into Sephiroth, the 1-winged angel. Crazy. So then it becomes a 5/5. 5/5. And if I've got the little sword equipped to him, he gets first strike as well. And then it says there, so it's a flying type. So ground people can't attack it because it'll be flying up in the air. As this creature transforms into Sephiroth, 1-winged angel, you get an emblem. With whenever a creature dies, the target opponent loses 1 life. Whenever it attacks, you sacrifice. Oh, so whenever Sephiroth attacks, you sacrifice any number of creatures. You do draw that many cards. Whoa, there you go. So whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may sacrifice any number of creatures, and if you do, you draw that many cards. So it's similar to what it says there, but a little bit different. So that card apparently is very good. Now, the reason why you can tell it's also very good, it's got a little gold stamp there, but it says M here in the corner for Mythic, which I didn't know. So whoever all the people were there were telling me that, they would have seen Sephiroth obviously being a good card, but then M for Mythic. So you got common, uncommon, rare, and then Mythic. And then everyone else was a bit nuts when I pulled this card as well. The Buster Sword. So another Mythic from Final Fantasy VII. This is Cloud Strife's weapon, so very good card to have. And you can see pretty much you just need 3 lands, so 3 mana, and to equip this, and the creature becomes 3 power, 2 toughness. So if I was to add that to Sephiroth to equip that to him, so I would need to use 3 mana, so I would have 3 mana to bring him out. Then I didn't have any more lands, so I'd wait till my next turn, and then I'd bring Buster Sword out and equip that to him. Then Sephiroth becomes a what's he become then? What's he become? 6/5. And then if Sephiroth was still out and we flipped him over to a 5/5, he'd become an 8. He'd become an 8/7, which is pretty much, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous how powerful that is. And it also says there, whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than equal to the damage without paying its mana cost. Pretty cool. Now, sorry, incorrect. 3 to have the card out. 2 to equip it, because it's not a spell, it needs to equip, so effectively it'd be 5. So you probably want to wait until later in the game when you had more lands to go. So they were my 3 kind of 3 hits, you can see, so I'm very happy with that. And then pretty much these were the decks. Now, one thing I wasn't told was you need to have sleeves. So I've got these Palms Off gaming sleeves. These are playing sleeves. These aren't just standard sleeves that you normally have. These are like playing sleeves. They're a bit stronger and more rigid because you need to shuffle. And I told you I played green and black. So this is a land. So this is what I was telling you about. So this is just that's a green land, and then there's a swamp, I believe, which is the black land as well, as you can see there. So as many lands as you can put down, you need to use to bring out these cards. So yeah, I didn't do too good. I feel like I did win one game, but the person I was playing with and me both missed it because I did have Sephiroth out on the field, and as it says, whenever another creature dies, or target opponent loses 1 life and things. So pretty sure I killed a whole bunch of creatures with Sephiroth out, and we didn't give myself 1 life point, and we didn't remove 1 life point. And that game timed out. It was my first game. It timed out, and I lost because I had not enough life points in the game. I'm pretty sure it was. Or I think, yeah. So anyway, that's that. But I thought I'd just give you a quick rundown of how that went. As you can see, we've also got something else at the back here called Commander. I don't know too much. It's a different playstyle of Commander. I might just stick to like the basic one so far. I believe Commander, you play with like 4 or 5 people and you all fight them at once, opposed to just going one-on-one with someone else. We've got something over here as well, which we will be opening one day. I'll probably do it on another video. This is the bundle. So it's the Final Fantasy bundle. Obviously, we did Pokemon here. This would be the ETB. I've only ever opened up Pokemon ETBs to get the promo and the packs. I don't really muck around with the deck sleeves or anything like that. Else, it's pretty much that. So this is what this will have in it. It will have it at the back. Another beautiful design of pull tab. It's got these beautiful security seals here from, I believe it's Wizards of the Coast as well, and it tells you here. So most importantly, we've got 9 booster packs, play boosters, 2 reference cards, can't tell you what they are. We've got 2 traditional 4 extended art legends. So that card looks very similar to the Sephiroth I pulled here, / identical. So be very interesting if that is the same card as this, because then what's the point of having me pull that when I'm going to get it and everyone can just buy this and pull the Sephiroth from there. The box, so there's obviously a deck box inside there, or a card box, so you can keep all your cards there. I found when going to the pre-release, I had a drink, I had like some other stuff like my wallet and keys and phone, and then my cards I'm trying to carry around. So I reckon this deck box would be very good because you need to move table to table. So highly recommend to travel light when you go to play. Oh, look, we got another spin down as well. So we got another life counter spin down. And then it says here we got 16 traditional full and basic land cards. So that's pretty cool from there. I'll give you guys a quick look. You know that this is the Commander deck. So we got, I was going to say Trunks. It gives me the Trunks vibe from Dragon Ball. We've got Cloud here, Limit Breaker, Equip Weapons, raise your stats past 7 power. See, look, 7 power seems to be extremely strong, yeah? So think about that Sephiroth being 8, so pretty much be right up there with one of the strongest, potentially. This Cloud has haste, so haste will be explained to virtually anyone as when you go to summon your creature, it cannot attack. It has to wait till the next turn. If it has haste, or if it's equipped with a spell that has haste, virtually, when you summon it, it can attack straight away. So, as you can see here, how many mana is required to bring out Cloud? Gave you 10 seconds there to guess. It's 5. So it would be 1 white, 1 green, 1 red, and then 2 of any other color that you would need to bring them out. So you would need to be playing 3 colors, which is something that I haven't done yet. We only just played 2 just to keep it basic. So you would need to play 3 colors to bring Cloud out. You would have to have pulled all those lands as well. So I can't see that happening well, it won't really happen past before the 5th turn, because you need to have 5 lands unless you manage to pull out some special power that allows you to add mana or lands to the field. And you can see here, we'll just turn around to the back and see what this comes with. So this comes with a 100 card deck, 25 new cards. It comes with a deck box. Oh, that's cool. So there's a deck box inside here, which is virtually, this is what a deck box is. So I don't know how the deck box fits the same length as that. So that's a deck box inside there. Strategy insert, reference card. Deck features a themed Final Fantasy. Lands may appear in other final. Yeah, so pretty much this is already like, it's a built deck. This is already just a built deck, so. Oh, shoot, look at this. I just saw that there. Includes a collector booster sample pack. Plus 2 legendary traditional falls. Well, there you go. I didn't know that it came with that. That'll be interesting to open. I've got 4 of these. I got 1 of each. And then these also come in a collector commander deck, which will come with collector booster packs. Well, not sample packs. I'm assuming sample pack might just have 1 or 2 or 3 cards out of it, whereas the collector, the big boys, have, I think, a lot more, like 25 or 14 in there. So that's that. But this is, at the end of the day, a ripping channel, so we like to rip stuff. So what I have here is 10 booster packs, play booster packs of Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering, with 14 cards inside. So I thought, why not? Let's rip some packs while we're here. We did a live recently and opened another 10 that we had here. I do have a full booster box, but I do want to keep it sleeved. But we'll, now I'm pretty sure all the hits are right at the front. I was going to slowly go backwards this, but we might be here for ages doing it. So we've got a token card here. So I'll explain token cards another day. We've got a token card. So we're just pretty much looking at the bottom there. So now this is a land. It's green and blue. So if you were playing this, you could use either or for the land. It says L there for land. So keep the land. And then we got an uncommon. This is from Final Fantasy X. I didn't play Final Fantasy X. We've just got an uncommon spell. It's an instant spell, so you can use it straight away. Ooh, yeah, my boy. We got 2 Sephiroths. Let's go. All right, another mythic we pulled. How good's that? That's awesome. Now, I'm pretty sure that you can have 2 of the same card, no more per deck. So I probably would. Really good to get that. I believe this card was worth $70. And now it's dropped down to about 50 or so after release. But imagine pulling 2 of the bad boys out. Oh, I'll turn it around so you can quickly see that as well. How good's that? So that was a mythic. So we pulled a freaking mythic, which is good. We've got an artifact here. And this is a creature, as you can see. Ignis. I played Final Fantasy 15 during COVID. It was good. I think I cocked it in 3 days. I just stayed at home, obviously, because you couldn't go anywhere, and I was on working from home stuff. So that's Ignis there. He is pretty much the cook. We've got Queen. We've got another common instant spell. We got Monk Fist, an artifact, equipment. Hey, we've got a Choco and Mog. It's a summon as well, so you would summon this as a creature. It's a 3/3, so 1 white, 2 anything. Now these numbers here, you would have like another die, and every turn it would use that. So on turn 1, other creatures you control get a +1, +0 end turn. So get 1+ power until the end of the turn. So pretty much any other creature. So Sephiroth was out there, and this was out on the field. Its move would give Sephiroth 1 extra power, so he's gone from 8 to 9. Like, he's becoming deadly after every turn. So that's a good one to have. We got Sage here. Another, what's this called? The Chocobo. It's another common. Yeah, from Final Fantasy VII. One of the reinforcements with those weird triple eyes. We got a Toad. Pretty strong, 4/4. It's a 4/4, 1 green, 3 of anything. As long as you control 7 or more lands, this creature gets a +. How good's that? So if you were to pull this creature out, and if it had 7 lands there, so you'd only use those, whatever, you'd have 7 lands on there. He gets a +2/+2, so it becomes a 6/6 creature. You could early bring him out, but you'd have to have already played 7 lands, so it wouldn't be till 7 deep. So Very good to see that creature there. All right, that was the first pack. Let's open up another one there. We still got the Ruzz Reacts Rip Star where we pull them out. We just tear them apart like that. All right, let's have a look. So it seems like we get a hero token at the start in everyone. Then we get one land. And then that is the foil, as they call it. Nice sorcery. That is our rare Sierra from Final Fantasy's 8. So she's the rare. Let's go. First legendary creature spells you cast each turn gets less or 2. At the beginning of the combat, your turn, if you control 2 or more legendaries, you transform. So, ooh, she's a transform. Now she is green and white, as you can see. She's a 2. Oh, look, what the hell? A crystallized version. Legendary artifact. The first legendary creature spell you cast each costs 2 less. Oh, that's good. So it's going to cost you 2 less mana to use. And legendary creatures you control get a +2/+2. Damn, girl. Damn, Sarah. That's crazy. I'm going to go on that pile there. Oh, yes! Another mythic. How good's that? We got Yuna. Yuna for Final Fantasy X. Let's have a look. So she's a 3/5. So 3 attack, 5 toughness, strength. During your turn, unit enchantment creates you control have trample, lifelink, and ward. Enchantment creatures you control. During unit's turn, enchantment creature. So if I have an enchantment creature, what's an enchantment creature? Anyway, a creature that has the symbol of enchantment next to it will have trample. We won't explain trample in a second. Actually, we'll do it mid-pack opening. This is a little glossary here we've got. So we've got lifelink. When a creature you control has lifelink, the deal damage simultaneous gains that much point. So if my Sephiroth goes and attacks somebody, and he attacks him and he's 5 power, we will then get 5 life points to us. So if we had 20 life points, we'd have 25 life points after he attacks. Then we've got flying. A creature that flying can be blocked only by creatures that are flying or have reach. Okay, and then it shows reach, so pretty much anyone with guns and shooting. So Barrett from Final Fantasy VII would have reach. Then we've got haste, which I explained to you first. Pretty much means it can go first. It doesn't have summoning sickness, which is summoning sickness is when you bring out a card, it can't be used straight away. When you bring out a creature, it can't be used straight away. Then we got trample here. Trample allows a creature to deal excess combat damage to the players or planeswalker it's attacking, even if the creature is blocked. Trample, the way it sounds, it's like if you were to trample, does it do area damage, like passive damage? I'm not too sure what that is. We got, I'm assuming that's scary. Look at the cards at the top of your library, so top of your deck, then put those cards into the bottom top of the library in order, okay? Interesting. Death Touch. I did have Death Touch get used to against me. Death Touch will pretty much be pretty bad if you were fighting with Sephiroth and a creature had Death Touch, because it virtually says here, a creature dealt damage by a creature with Death Touch is destroyed. No effect on players or planeswalker. So virtually it kills Sephiroth straight away. Alright, this is what was. I should have brought this card up before, yeah, but it's pretty much already told you what that is. Playing a land, cast a creature, declare attackers, then the opponent has the chance to block the attackers, then the combat is dealt. I don't know why you would play a land in the second main phase, but because you can only play it once, so you always play the land at the start, and you pull no card in this phase. So anyway, casting spells could be important, and then obviously end the turn. So we'll get back into this. We pull this mythic. How sick is that? Is there? It's not a turn. No, it's not a turn. So that's a mythic rare we pulled. Very good. Keep that to the side. What do we got? Rydia, the Summoning of Mist creature. Ooh, we got Zac Fair. It's from Final Fantasy. I think it's from Advent Child, isn't it? Zac Fair enters with a 1/1 counter on it. Well, that's pretty good. He enters with that. But he needs it because he's 0/1. Oh, Zac's just a one mana raise. We've got an artifact, a magic pot, fight on. This is it. This is playing black what it means. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. So if I was to play this, I would need 3 mana, 2 of anything, 1 black, and I could bring back some of those dead creatures that Sephiroth sacrificed and bring them straight back. Oh, bring them into your hand. So I couldn't summon them. I'd have to resummon, but it was still good to have them in your hand if you need to bring that. We got an artifact here as well. That magic pot was an artifact, but it did have HP in it. We got ice magic common, thunder magic common. Is that Final Fantasy 7? That's 13. We got Vincent's Limit Breaker. That's an instant, so that's another spell. And we got a creature, plant, beast finishing on. I'm gonna have to bang through all these cards. It's never gonna be the end of it. We've only done 2. It's really good about Magic. It's like with Pokemon, it's just like, oh yeah, it's all the bulk shiny, but because I actually plan on playing this. Ooh, what's this? What did we just get here? Oh, we got Squall. Squalled Scene Mercenary. So Squall was from Final Fantasy 8. Oop, pulled out 2 just then. Oh, there you go. Squall signature as well. That's so cool. I think that might be worth a little bit. It's signed. Squall's got the gun sword. You can see it's got the gun sword. Oh, that's very nice. That's a signed one. We'll keep that to the back there. Wouldn't mind a bloody cloud version of that. We just got a... Ooh, shit. Look at this. Crystal Chosen. Looks very nice. That's a full... I believe this is a full art. What we call a full art. Full art ultra common. Spell. Nothing on the back. And then this is our rare. We got Sin. Punishment. Sin. Whoa, look at that. 7/7. What a beast of a card. But look what you need to have. You need to have 7 mana to use them. That's crazy. Whenever Sin enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random. Ooh, then creature taps token, copy that card. If exiled is a land, repeat the process. Oh god, keep getting rid of your lands. That is the rare. So that was the rare out of that one. I think we'll stop there from the rare because the Shiva, I know Shiva. Because the rest will just be uncommon cards here. Oh, Rufus, that's Final Fantasy 7 with the dog as well. Common. Just some commons through that. Oh, Chocobo Kick. What's Chocobo Kick say? Kicker returns a land you control to its owner's hand. Light of Judgment. Organize them in a sec. Right, so what do we got? We got a token, we got a land, we got the... So the token will come out first. Ooh, we got some full art here or something it looks like. Or a double-sided card. What do we got here? Oh, another art. Braska's Final Eon. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's nice little full art Braska over there. We'll keep that down the back with the other one. Alright, so yep. That's the land. And then we got just a common foil. Instant. Oh, yes! Another mythic. We got Ancient Adamantos. Tortoise. Adamantors. Big ass turtle. Needs 8. Oh my god, look at the toughness on this. Holy crap, this turtle is never getting removed. 20. I've never seen something that high. I wonder if anyone else has. Comment in the chat below if you've seen something with 20 before through your time in Magic the Gathering. Vigilance Ward. 3 cost. Damage isn't removed from the creature. All damage that is dealt to you other than permanent, you control the den. When this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tapped treasure tokens. This is from Final Fantasy 15. I do kind of remember this. So that's a mythic. Damn. That's pretty much like you're putting up like your a moat around your castle, I'm assuming. It's just going to take all the hits. And then the rest is just going to be... Oh, look at that little chocobo there. Little baby chocobo. The rest is just going to be commons. Oh, weapons vendor. Final Fantasy 7, the one that Tifa makes Cloud go up to him to get the money, and then he ends up making him a sword and giving it to him for free anyway. If anyone knows that. We'll bang through the rest of these. Very interesting the way Magic do it with having the hit card like right at the front. It's quite different. Different to Pokemon having it at the back. Alright, so then we've got a hero token there. So it's either a hero token or like a summons. The next is going to be the land. Ooh, basic land, but it's a foil. That's pretty cool just to show off a little bit. Then we got our common foil as well. Spell, and then this will be the hit. There it is, just a rare Titan. Another one, Final Fantasy. So 5 mana to summon, and then we got 7/7. That's pretty good. 1 mill 5 cards. Milling means taking out of the library. Take 5 cards off the top of your library. I don't know why you would do that. Oh, here we go. So 1 means that will be on his first turn, and then you put a counter like a little die on him, and then on its second turn it goes return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. How good's that? So you're milling 5 cards from the top of your library. Say that all 5 of those cards, just an example, let's go with it. 5 cards were lands. On its second turn of it still being out, which it will because it's got 7 toughness, and unless someone kills it with Death Touch, then you can return all those lands straight onto the battlefield in a tapped position, which means you can't use them. So they've already been used, but then on its third turn, all those lands will be ready to go. So bit of a risk, but then you also risk throwing out some bad cards, some good cards in your graveyard. Then on its third turn, until the end of turn, another target creature you control gains trample, which we read but we don't understand, and gets a +X, where X is the number of lands you control. Oh my gosh! This card's just a rare? How's this card not a mythic? That's crazy. Hold on, I didn't read the first step. So like, so that means if those 5 lands were out, it would get a +4. Another target creature. Okay, so I would pick another one. So if I was to pick freaking Sephiroth, we can add another 5/5. Yeah, Sephiroth is already going to get close to 20 and killing that turtle the way we're going now. All right, very good. You were going down the back, my friend, because you are not a mythic, but you were definitely up there for a rare. Oh, we got another rare. Memories Return. Final Fantasy VIII. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Put them out of one. Put one of them into your hand, then choose an opponent. I'm not even bothering. I read it, I'm like, oh, any more rares? Nah, just uncommons and some other cards there. Alright, how many more we've got? We've got 5 left. So we're halfway through. The video's gone for 40 bloody minutes. BOS for you, I'll chop it up. Another art card. Dragon. Leviathan. Leviathan the dragon. We'll keep that at the back there. We've got an island. That's the first island we've pulled, which is blue. Then we've got a common rat. Ooh! Look at this. This is uncommon full art. Vandal Adventures. No, nothing on the back either. Then we got our rare full art. Esper Origins. Seville. What's Seville mean? Anyone know Seville? Seville 2. And you gain 2 life points if the spell cast from the graveyard. It's got flashback as well. Tifa's Limit Break, which is uncommon. Traveling Otherworld. You're not alone. Haste Magic. That's what we want. Our Cloud Boy. Target creature gets a +3/+1 and gains haste until the end of the turn. Exile the top card of your library and you play it until your next turn. And you may play it until... Damn. That's pretty good. But also, you exile the top card of your bloody library. It could be a good card as well. 4 left. I bet you Sammy K's gonna ask me for that bloody Sephiroth now. If he decides to play black. Oh shit, look at that one. That's pretty cool art. It's like a crossbow mixed with something else. The Machinist. And then we got another land. Another blue land. And we got a common. Ice Magic common. Oh, we got Aerith. What the hell? We got Aerith here. I'm pretty sure I've pulled Aerith, but I don't think she's a rare. She might be a rare. Got Aerith as well. This is like Cloud's misses. She's got lifelink as well. So whenever you gain life, put a +1/+2 on it. Oh, cool. So if I was to attack, so she's three mana cost, 1 white, 2 of anything, or to attack, and she does 2 damage. We would gain 2, and every time, whenever you gain life, so if we were to gain life points, we'd put a +1/+1 counter on her as well, which will then mean that will go +1/+1. So every time she keeps doing that, she'll just get +1/+1 every time we get lifelink. When Aerith Gainsborough dies, put X1+1+ on a legendary creature you control, where X is the number of counters on her. Damn. So if I had a legendary creature out, said she already had 5 so say she had 2 +1/+1 counter tokens on her, and then she dies, then those 2 counter tokens that she had on her then get added to a legendary creature that I have on it. So that's very interesting. Light. I wonder if it's worth playing Death and like white and black. Legendary artifact, uncommon. Oh, Reno and Rude. Reno and Rude, Final Fantasy. The baddies from Final Fantasy 7. I remember them. I think I remember dying to them. I think that's when Red joins his side, if anyone knows Red. I pretty much only played Final Fantasy 15 and 7. 7. Don't know what that one is. Is that 13 or 10? Ooh, another art series. What are we getting? An art series in every card? Who's this? Taruta Taro. Alright, we got our lands. We got a dual land. I needed this card. I know it's just a common, but I'm just pretty much collecting Sephiroth cards now. We got Sephiroth's Intervention. So, oh man, look at the holo on that thing. Look at the fall. So Sephiroth Intervention is pretty much a casting card, like it's a spell. So it's an instant, destroy 2 creatures and gain 2 life. So it doesn't really have much to do. I can't equip it to him or anything, but destroy a target creature, gain 2 life. Pretty bloody good. Doesn't matter what creature it is, just drop that out there and defeat him. Ooh, we got an ultra common. Not ultra common, we just got a common here. Final Fantasy 14. That's a summons. So summons? No, it's just a spell. The summon is here. This is our rare summon. Summon this big bloody... What is this fella? Sage Knight. Doesn't turn either. Put a summon there. Oh, that's a rare. We'll keep the rares on top there. And then, yeah. We got Zac there as well. See if there's anything else. Nothing else we like the look of there. We got 2 packs left. Can we get another mythic? Do you know what I mean? Can we get another mythic? Another art card. Oh, this is Yoshlight or Yoshmo? Shatola. Let's go with Shatola. Yeah, Shatola. She's like the cat person. Apparently, she's one of the best commander decks to get. That one is. Ooh, you see that? We got a rare. All right, we got a mountain. Oh, it's just a common. A common laughing mad instant. Rare. Dion. Final Fantasy 14. Didn't play this. He's a knight. Noble knight. I think that's been used against me. I was just reading that spell there. I don't like it. I don't like it being used on me. Magic the Gathering, it's a crazy... Oh, look at that. Is that a dog? It's a crazy game. They're saying that it can be no two of the same games. Look at that. Fat Chocobo. There can be no two same games ever played because there's so many different ways you can go. So even if I was to build the deck that I want to do it, there's chances that I won't be able to pull those cards out when I want them. Do you know what I mean? I don't have no heart of the card, bloody Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. What's going on? Do we get an art card at the start of every one? It's either an art card or a hero token. Oh, we got another signed one here. Very nice. We got Shadow the Mystery Assassin. Very nice. We might collect all these. Put them in a binder. We've got a land. Magic Damper. Nice little hollow pattern on Magic Damper. And our rare is a land. That's crazy. I haven't seen this special lands before. Let's have a quick look at this. So, land. So, Overture. I don't know what that means. Sorcery. The target opponent mills half of their library rounded down and then exiles the card you may play in the land later in exile. This land enters tapped. Interesting. I'll have to learn more about what that actually does. And that's it. Chaos of Econs. Demon Wall. Oh. Aerith's rescue mission. She's come to save the Tifa, Barrett, and Cloud. We didn't pull Cloud. Damn. I was hoping to pull one. Dragoon. Blazing Bomb. Oops. Dire Rat. And we're finishing on Cumin and Beaver. Oh, anyway, guys. Should have started the video off saying, welcome into Ruzz Reacts. We do Pokemon, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and now we do Magic the Gathering, Final Fantasy. So, come around next time. We'll probably open up that bundle. Any questions, lay it down. If you didn't like the video, let me know. If you did like the video, let me know. Just let me know. Peace.